All right, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. I hope you're doing well today. Today we are making a commander deck for Magic the Gathering. Um, we'll be making a deck based around a commander named Aminatou, the Fateshifter, our first Planeswalker commander that we're working on. So definitely excited to do that. Let me find some music to play for us here. Have some fun with a little music. Turn the music down a little. Is the music a little too high, or is it good right now? Because I don't want it to overpower my voice, so I think we'll put it down to like 36. Maybe that would work. How about 42? Just play a little bit. All right. For those of you who don't know who I am, I'm Chrono the Shadow Fox. I play a lot of RPGs and adventure style games. Also on Mondays, like today, I do a Magic the Gathering stream where I build a Magic commander deck for those of you who are interested in checking that out. And then on Thursdays and Fridays, I'm playing Star Ocean, the second story R, and Saturdays and Sundays, right now, I'm playing Dragon Quest III. I am so close to the end of Dragon Quest III, but I'm finding a lot more than I thought I was. I could have sworn that it was almost over, but I guess not. I mean, we're close. We have like 2 chapters left. If you're interested in checking out any of my other platforms like X, YouTube, and all that, definitely check out my link tree. I've got that posted in both chats. Right on there, you can find my Discord, my merch store, a place for you to donate if you're ever willing to be ever so generous. And my Instagram and all that is on there. Also, if you are interested, Discord has a area for Magic the Gathering called Shadow Magic. You can post a picture or suggest what commander you would like for me to build next in that area. There is that way I can do a commander that you want me to build. So no one suggested a commander this week, so I figured I'd go ahead and choose one myself. I decided to do an Esper commander and just randomized it, and Aminatou was the first to choose, so which is fine because I actually had an Aminatou deck, but it is interesting to build right now, especially with the new cards that just came out, because I haven't had an actual updated Aminatou deck since I think 2023. So it'd be fun to add some new stuff to it. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. Go right here. So, Aminatou reads, he is a white, blue, black commander comes in with 3 loyalty counters. A Planeswalker has loyalty abilities. So each loyalty ability will add or subtract to this number right here. So this ability right here, +1, will add 1 to it. The -1 and -6 will subtract to that. So her first ability states draw a card and then put a land from your hand onto the battlefield, or land from your hand onto the top of your library. -1, exile target creature or target permanent you own. Then return it to the battlefield under your control. It's a really good ability. We can really utilize that ability. -6, choose left or right. Each player gains control of all non-land permanents other than Aminatou, the Fateshifter, controlled by the next player in the chosen direction. Bazooka, how are you? Thanks for joining. Just building a commander right now. Alright, so what we're going to do is get the land base fixed. Which means that we're going to look for all of the lands that we need to add in this deck. So what we'll do is Academy Ruins. Academy Ruins is a good land. It adds a colorless mana. You can tap 1 colorless and one of any color and a blue. Tap it. Target artifact card from your graveyard, or put target artifact card from your graveyard on the top of your library. This will come in handy with an artifact that we're going to be putting in the deck as well. Now if I can remember the name of it. Mindslaver. Alright, with Mindslaver, tap 4 and tap it. Sacrifice Mindslaver, you control target player's next turn. You see all cards that player could see and make all decisions for the player. He or she doesn't lose life because of mana burn. Which, mana burn is a totally old thing we don't do anymore. So, there's one commander that does it, but that's about it. But what we're going to do is we're going to tap 4, sacrifice it, gain control of someone's turn. Our next turn we can tap 2, tap this, or at the end of our turn, tap 2, a mana and a blue. Tap this, put Mindslaver back on the top of our library, and we're just going to keep controlling everyone's turn. All right. So, let's see. Sunken Ruins is a good land. Mystic Gate. Let's see. I think it's Tundra. Tundra's blue-white. Yes, okay. Underground Sea. I have a cat on me who likes to parrot, which means she likes to be on my shoulder. There's another one. I'm missing black-white. Let's see, Fetid Heath. Okay, Fetid Heath. Where are the Verge lands? See here. I have a list of all the Verge lands and all that. Hold on, let's see. Good stuff. Lands. Alright, land base. Okay. So, the lands we need now are Bleachbone Verge. Oh, wait. Bleachbone Verge. Else. Right Climb Pathway. Clearwater Pathway. Blood Farm Verge. Gloomlake Verge. Godless Shrine. Hey, Caitlin. Give you a shout out. How are you today? So far, we're working on a commander named Aminatou, the Fateshifter. She's our first commander planeswalker, planeswalker commander. Excuse me. Planeswalkers are these kind of creature or characters right here, where they have special abilities. When they come in, they have loyalty counters. So they'll enter with three loyalty. And then after that, you can use these abilities to either add a loyalty ability or a loyalty point or subtract a loyalty point. So we're working on the mana base right now. Is the music too loud, or is it good for now? Also, thanks for redeeming the ads thing, Caitlin. All right, let's see. Let's get back to... Okay, Hollowed Fountain. Watery Grave. Hengegate. Pathway. Then Morphic Pool. Looking for more lands. Scrubland. Sunken Ruins, Taiga, Tundra, Underground Sea, Vault of Champions. Watery Grave. Got Access Tunnel. City of Brass. Command Tower. Reliquary Tower. Rogue's Passage. Oop. Urborg, Tomb of Yawgmoth. Oh, thanks for sharing the live. All of Heliod's Generosity. And we'll go through all these whenever I get done with everything right here for you. Letting everyone know what all of them do. Mystic Sanctuary. And that's it for those. So we've got 26 lands. So I already went over Academy Ruins. Access Tunnel. You tap 3 and tap this. Target creature with power 3 or less can't be blocked this turn. So you'll make a creature unblockable. Bleachbone Verge, that gives you a black mana. And if you have a Plains or Swamp, it taps for a white as it could tap for a white. Bright Climb Pathway, it taps for a white. It comes in as a white mana or as a black mana. City of Brass, you can tap once it comes up. When this land becomes tapped, it deals 1 damage to you, but you can tap it for any color mana. Clearwater Pathway, just like the other Bright Climb Pathway, it comes in as a blue or a black mana. Command Tower, same thing as City of Brass, but it doesn't deal 1 damage to you. Fetid Heath, it taps for a colorless mana, or you can tap a black or white, and it can tap for either a 2 white, a white and a black, or 2 black. Flood Farm Verge, same with the other Verge land. It taps for a white or a blue if you have a Swamp or Plains, or an Island or Plains. Bloom Lake Pathway, the same thing, but for black-blue. Godless Shrine, it'll enter the battlefield untapped if you pay 2 life. All of Heliod's Generosity, you can tap 1 in a white and tap it, put target enchantment card from your graveyard on the top of your library. Kind of like Academy Ruins with, but with enchantments. Hollowed Fountain, as this land enters, pay 2 life. It comes into play untapped if you do. Hingegate Pathway, okay, those are all basically the same thing, but they tap for, they tap for different colors. Morphic Pool enters the battlefield tapped unless you have 2 or more opponents. Mystic Gate, same thing as Fetid Heath, but with blue-white. Mystic Sanctuary, when it enters tapped unless you have 3 or more islands. When Mystic Sanctuary enters the battlefield untapped, you may put a instant or sorcery from your graveyard to the top of your library. So we'll work with that because we have a way to get a counter spell back. Let's see. Reliquary Tower, it gives us no maximum hand size. Rogue's Passage, you can make any creature you have unblockable. Scrubland taps for a blue or a black or white. Let's see. Urborg makes all your lands tap for a swamp, in addition to their other land types. So instead of tapping for colorless, or if you don't need white or blue at that time, you can tap for black, tap for a swamp. Vault of Champions and Watery Graves. So then we'll add, after that, Plains. Swamp. And Island. Now we have 29 cards. So what we're going to do is add 4 of each of those. Swamp. and planes. Okay, so now we have 38. Now what we need to do is subtract a few. So do maybe 2 of each. But we do 3 swamp and 3 island, and then 2 plains. That will leave us at 34 lands, which is the minimum that I really want to go to. And then if we need to adjust, we'll adjust afterward. I always go to 34 at first whenever building a deck, just because 34 is a great number to have for land base. All right, so what we'll do now is add the mana rocks. So Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, all right. Now, with that being said, we'll add all the generic stuff that we usually do. So, Smothering Tithe, Rhystic Study, let's see. With this deck, we need to work on ETB triggers, because we're going to utilize her second ability. Exile another target permanent you own, then return it to the battlefield under your control. So what we will do now, let's see. On top of that, we need to add Panharmonicon, because Panharmonicon will, let's see. Panharmonicon states, if an artifact or creature entering causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. Lithoform Engine, copy target activated or triggered ability. If you control, you may choose new targets for the copy by tapping 2 and tapping it. Or tap 3, tap it, copy target instant or sorcery you control. You may choose new targets for the copy. Or tap 4, copy target permanent spell you control. Rhystic Study states, whenever an opponent casts a spell, you may draw a card unless that player pays 1. So that's your draw engine. Smothering Tithe, whenever an opponent draws a card, that player may pay 2. If the player doesn't, you create a treasure token that gives you treasures for your mana base. Let's see. So we definitely want to play a little bit of control in this. So what we'll do is we'll play Imp's Mischief. What Imp's Mischief says is you can tap 1 and a black and change the target of target spell with a single target. You lose life equal to that spell's mana value. So if someone plays something that targets someone else's creature to destroy it, you can play Politics and say, hey, I'll redirect that to their creature if you do something for me. Or if they're casting a spell on their own creature to buff it up or something, you can redirect it to your own creature. It's a pretty versatile, like, really good control card. Reverse the Polarity. I love this card because there are cards that I'm going to be adding in this deck just to really screw over a lot of a full board state. So what you can do is either choose one. Counter all other spells, switch each creature's power and toughness until end of turn, or creatures can't be blocked for this turn. So you can swing out, and none of your creatures can be blocked, or you can play politics and let your opponent swing out at someone else, or switch their attack and defense. Let's see. We can also play Silence. Silence is a fun card because with this card, your opponents can't cast spells this turn. So when it's someone else's turn and they're about to play something, you can that you know they're going to play, you can stop them from playing the rest of that turn. Let's see. Don't know if I want to use Theoretical Duplication. We'll see. What does that one do again? Whenever a non-token creature enters the battlefield under an opponent's control this turn, create a token that's a copy of that creature. Now we can do that. We'll put this as a maybe. Alright, Chroma's Will is a good game ender card. Chroma's Will states, choose one if you control a commander. As you cast this spell, you may choose both. Creatures you control gain flying, vigilance, and double strike until end of turn. Or creatures you control gain lifelink, indestructible, and protection from each color until end of turn. So that's a good game ender card if you're about to swing out. Let's see. Domineering Will. Target player gains control of up to 3 target non-attacking creatures until end of turn. Untap those creatures. They block this turn if able. So you can really screw over someone's creatures that are attacking. Like if someone's attacking you, you can take someone else's creatures, like your opponent's, another opponent's creatures, and block with them, killing those creatures, or killing your opponent's creatures if you don't have that's swinging at you, if you don't have a way to do that. Or you can just help someone else get creatures there. It's a really good, fun fun card. Let's see, counter spells. Mana Drain. Counter spell. Familiar's Ruse. Let's see. Disallow. Deprive. And I think we're good on counter spells right now. Actually, Counterbalance. On top of that, Sensei's Divining Top. And I'll get with you about all the cards in a few minutes after I've got all this stuff in my head right now. Let's see. Jace the Mind Sculptor. Bolas's Citadel. Cyclonic Rift. Winds of Abandon. Merciless Eviction. Farewell. And there's our board wipes right there. Let's see. Archaeomancer. Ink Shield. Settle the Wreckage. We're probably going to go over the maximum amount, but we'll work on that in a minute. Let's see. Expropriate. All right, Vampiric Tutor. Grim Tutor. Enlightened Tutor. And Demonic Tutor. Alright, Enchanted Evening. Aura Thief. Ashnod's Altar. Okay. Sudden Spoiling. Flatline. Oh, what was her name? Elishnorn. The Polymorphous Jess. Mass Diminish. Fairy's Protection. Concealed. Or Clever Concealment. Dawn's Truce. We haven't even put any creatures in yet, except for one. So yeah, we're definitely gonna have to work on creature base after this. I'm just I'm putting a lot of cards that I know would be real good in this deck. Of the Swirling Mist. Dual Spells, Vindicate. Better End. Swords to Plowshares. Path to Exile. The Cyber Conversion. Resculpt. Anguished Unmaking. Unmake. Let's see. Generous Gift. Crib Swap. Let's see. I don't know if Void Rend would be good. We'll put it in there just for now. Let's see. Do Dark Steel Mutation and Imprisoned in the Moon. Let's see. I think that's it for those. So what we need to do now is do a bunch of creatures. What is the 93 3 cards in here? So we definitely need to remove some. Let's see. Destroy target non-land permanent. Let's We have 34 lands. Well, we'll go ahead and work on the creature base first, and then we'll remove everything. Because what I need to do now is put in a lot of ETB triggers. Whenever he enters or attacks, exile. Each opponent exiles cards from the top of their library until they exile a non-land card. Beginning of your end step, if a permanent left the battlefield under your control this turn, you may cast a card exiled with Krang without paying its mana cost. Whenever it enters or deals combat damage to a player, you may exchange control to other target creatures controlled by different players. It's too expensive. This creature enters, each opponent loses a life and you gain a life. Scry 1. Okay, that's a little weak. The enters, you may exile another target. Okay, Felidar Guardian's good, because we could do extra stuff with that. Soul Herder, when a creature is exiled from the battlefield, put a 1/1 counter on Soul Herder. At the beginning of your end step, you may exile another target creature you control, then return. Okay, so Soul Herder and Felidar Guardian are good. Because it's going to begin to build up with 1/1 counters eventually. Felidar Guardian. Alright. Peregrine Drake will untap 5 lands, which is really good. Also, Cloud of Fairies. I think that's the one. Yeah, when it enters, untap 2 lands. Okay. Baleful Strix will give you more card draw. Spark Double, you can do make another copy of Aminatou. So that's good. Let's see. Rago's a really good one to put in here. Ravenous Chupacabra. When this creature enters, you gain 2 life and draw 2 cards, so Cloud Blazer's good. Let's see. Narset Porter of Veils. Okay. So you need to utilize Elish Norn, Mother of Machine, that helps with ETB triggers. Restoration Angel and Thassa. dwelling. So what we need to do is find a good win condition. So whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, each opponent loses a life. So Corpse Knight's really good. So every time we flicker a creature, everyone's going to lose a life. The permanent entering the battlefield causes a triggered ability. It triggers an additional time. So where's a good win condition with this? Grey Merchant of Asphodel. Did I spell grave? Yes. Massacre Worm. Alright, when Satoru and or one or more other non-token creatures enter the battlefield under control, if none of them were cast or no mana was spent to cast, then draw a card. Looking for some game ender cards right now. Orcish Bowmaster. Whenever Orcish Bowmaster enters the battlefield, and whenever an opponent draws a card except the first one they draw in each other draw step, Orcish Bowmaster deals 1 damage to any target. Then amass Orcs 1. I think we could do better. That right there, Magister Sphinx. Really good card. It puts someone down to 10. So that's what we're looking for. Good game ender cards. Let's see. Whenever it attacks, reveal the top card of your library. You may cast it without paying its mana cost if the mana value is odd. If you don't cast it, draw a card. Okay. Whenever Overlord of the Flood Pits enters or attacks, draw 2 cards, then discard a card. No, that. Watcher of Tomorrow leaves the battlefield, put the exile. Okay, so Hideaway. That's actually pretty good. Hideaway. This creature enters the battlefield tapped. When it does, look at the top 4 cards of your library, exile 1 face down, and put the rest on the bottom of your library. When it leaves the battlefield, so what we're going to do is we're flickering it, we'll be able to put that card into our hand and then do the Hideaway ability again. But let's see what else we can do. Destroy another target creature. No. Enters the battlefield, you may search your library for a creature card with toughness 2 or less. Now, we need game ender cards, so we'll go ahead and put Orcish Bowmaster. This creature leaves the battlefield, draw a card, then you may put a permanent card with mana value less than or equal to the number of lands you control from your hand onto the battlefield tapped. Another non-token creature enters the battlefield under your control. If it wasn't cast, create a token that's a copy of that creature, except it's a 0/1 illusion. Sacrifice 5 illusions, exile target non-land permanent. No. We're looking for really good game enders. We could do Massacre Worm. It's a big creature too, so we could still attack with it. So Massacre Worm. Reflector Mage. Caitlin. Where is another good creature? On my way home. Okay, thanks for letting me know. Agent of Treachery is good. It takes creatures from, let's see, it takes permanents. And at the beginning of your end step, if you control 3 or more permanents you don't own, you draw 3 cards. So that's good. Any number of other non-land permanents you own and control, return those. Okay. But yeah, we need another good game ender. And if your end step exile, no. Okay. Whenever a creature you control leaves the battlefield, each opponent loses a life. Okay, Ninja Teen is pretty good. Ninja Teen. Right now, we've got to really reduce the amount of cards in the deck right now. So what we can do is process of elimination. We have 110 cards, so we need to remove 10 cards. Go ahead and remove this person. But now, 10 cards. Definitely going to probably need to get rid of some instants, because those are what's. There's a lot of instants in here. Oh, Enlightened Tutor. This searches for enchantment cards. There's not that many enchantments in the deck right now. Well, wait, let's go ahead and see what else is in here first. Any other good instant? Oh, what about sorceries? I mean, there are a lot of good instants in sorcery as I've seen in here so far. It's just trying to fit them in here is the problem. Reality Acid. There's so many good enchantments in here, though. Like, really good board control. Also, really good commanders. Or planeswalkers. A lot of good planeswalkers. Like, I mean, we could definitely build a Super Friends deck with this. We already got the land base. We don't really need more lands. And I believe, okay, so we've got the land base. We could do Super Friends right now and actually work real well with the deck, but we've got to take out a lot of stuff. Let's see. Just so much to take out and also put in. We could do Ghostly Prison and propaganda to protect ourselves from people attacking us. Blind Obedience makes them all their creatures and artifacts enter tapped. That's control. You know what? We can definitely play Super Friend. The problem with Super Friends is it's not a good payoff to win. Like, there's some good stuff, like, Aya. Each opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. It's good and all. Each opponent discards a card and you draw a card. One target creature returns, and that card to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of your next end step and you lose 2 life. Vraska's real good in green-black, because there's a good combo with her right there. Let's see. Of all of them so far, Elspeth is really good because she makes tokens, she destroys all creatures with power 4 or greater, and you get an emblem with creatures you control get +2/+2 in flying. I already have Jason here because of the first and second ability. Also, the third ability is really good too. Fencer would be really good. I can exile a permanent and return it to the battlefield under its control, or owner's control. That helps flicker. Equal to the number of lands you control. Surveil 2, exile target creature, and you may put an artifact card from your hand or graveyard onto the battlefield. That's pretty good with Mindslaver. But it's only good for 1 card, though. That's the problem. And then we've got the problem with artifacts. There's a few artifacts in here that are pretty good too, that help out with certain things. Wishflower Talisman. Remove a wish counter from it, search your library for a card and put it into your hand, then shuffle. Opponent gains control of this artifact. I'm not playing that card. That card's evil. Uh, Approach of the Second Sun's a good game ender too. So we can do that one. And I'm going to read all these. Hey Milo, how are you? Just working on a commander deck for Magic the Gathering. We are building an Aminatou the Fateshifter deck. Our first Planeswalker commander. And right now I'm trying to reduce the amount of cards because we can only have 100 cards in the deck. And we have 111. Let's see. I'm good. Just got home from school. Oh, okay. How was the field trip? Let's see. We can get rid of Grim Tutor because that's a sorcery. No. It was good. That's good. We rode almost every ride except 3. Oh, okay. Alright, so what we'll do is we'll get rid of Silence. We have 10 left. We need to get rid of Cyber Conversion's real good. I really like doing this on someone's commander. Turn target creature face down. It's a 2/2 Cyberman artifact token. Also, they found my friend right after your live. That's good. It's real good. Thank you for letting me know. We'll go ahead and get rid of Imp's Mischief. While Void Rend is really good, it requires way too many different colors. I just realized my model's not moving. There it is. Okay. Let's see. We can get rid of Settle the Wreckage for now. There's a lot of other things that we can do without it. So now we need to get rid of 7 different cards. So we can go ahead and we'll get rid of Mindslaver because it's kind of a high costing artifact. On top of that, we'll go ahead and get rid of Academy Ruins. And put another Plains in. Let's go with Dawn's Truce. Permanent, you and permanents you control gain hexproof until end of turn. If the gift was promised, permanents you control also gain indestructible until end of turn. That's real good. He's usually here before me. Oh, Caitlin, she was on Twitch for a little bit. And I just saw her join the live in here. Yeah, she's on her way home right now from work. Let's see. Unmake, Chroma's Will, Lever Concealment. What was the other card that I needed to add? The good one too. It was a good artifact. Myriad. No, I know what it was. Getting the name of it right now. In a box. Oh, that's not it. No. Okay, is she in here? Or, Blade of Selves, that's it. Blade of Selves can go on a really good creature. Blade of Selves, and it will attack certain. You can make it attack other creatures or other players. I mean, let's see. We have good game enders. We've got Expropriate. We've got Approach of the Second Sun. We've got Magister Sphinx. Massacre Worm. Grey Merchant of Asphodel. Aura Thief. Orcish Bowmaster. So I'll read all the cards out to you as soon as I can remove 7 cards. We need to keep the creature base because the creatures are what really help out. The Ink Shield. We'll remove Domineering Will. That's 6 we need to remove. Can't remove too many though. There's just so much that we need. I guess we'll get rid of we kind of need these. There's Caitlin. Looks like you made it home. Yep. That's good. How was work? Oh, that was sweet of them. Giving you a gift basket. Stream's going good. We're just trying to get rid of some a few cards here. Oh, hey Roman, thanks for joining. This is very control-y and very board wipey. So really good. I guess we'll get rid of cyber conversion. Gunner's gift. How many things can we get or will help us get rid of permanent? That's what we need to do. Utter End gets rid of a non-land permanent. The Generous Gift gets rid of a target permanent. Crib Swap gets rid of a creature. We'll go ahead and get rid of Crib Swap. Anguished Unmaking gets rid of a non-land permanent. That's good. Swords to Plowshares and Path to Exile get rid of a creature. And Resculpt gets rid of a artifact or creature. I guess Path to Exile. We need to get rid of 3 more, so let's see. The good thing about board wipes, they don't have to be board wipes if they're all creatures. Because what we can do is we can use Elish Norn and a good thing like Sudden Spoiling, which turns their creatures into 0/2s. So they even though they're indestructible, they still die. Winds of Abandon. For each creature exile target creature you don't control. For each creature exiled this way, its controller searches their library for a basic land. We'll go ahead and get rid of Winds of Abandon. It's a sorcery speed, and it's not as good as Cyclonic Rift. Go ahead and get rid of Swords to Plowshares. We need to get rid of 1 more card, which will probably end up doing Sculpt. Alright, so with that now the case, we already have 100 cards in the deck. What we do focus on now is Aminatou's second ability, which states -1, exile another target permanent you control or you own, then return it to the battlefield under your control. So we're going to be doing that with basically exiling things like Magister Sphinx. When it enters the battlefield, target player's life total becomes 10. We start out with 40 life total. So we're going to immediately put them down to 10 with that. I forgot to say during our field trip, someone in my class had a panic attack. Oh, okay. Roman, did you change your name? I did. Okay, so you were Milo. Okay. I noticed that you said field trip, and Milo was talking about a field trip, and just making sure that was you. All right, and then with magic or using her second ability, you can exile Massacre Worm. When this creature enters, creatures to your opponent's control get -2/-2 until end of turn. So you can board wipe the entire field, and then whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, that player loses 2 life. You can board wipe by turning all of their creatures into 0/1s. And then they lose life with that. Peregrine Drake, you're going to exile it and untap 5 lands. Grey Merchant of Asphodel, when it enters, Each opponent loses X life, where X is your devotion to black. We've got quite a bit of black in the deck. Elish Norn, Mother of Machines, you have if a permanent entering the battlefield causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. Permanents entering the battlefield doesn't cause abilities of permanents your opponents control to trigger. So with that, you can do Grey Merchant of Asphodel twice, Peregrine Drake twice, Massacre Worm twice, Magister Sphinx twice, so it can hit 2 players instead of 1. Cloud Blazer, when it enters, you gain 2 life and draw 2 cards, so you can gain 4 life and draw 4 cards. Thassa Deep Dwelling, you're going to be able, at the beginning of your end step, exile up to 1 other target creature you control, then return it to the battlefield. So you can exile another creature and then let it resolve the enter the battlefield trigger. Spark Double, you'll be able to copy a enter the battlefield ability, or copy your commander. Or copy Jace or Narset, which we'll get to in a minute. Restoration Angel, when it enters the battlefield, you may exile a non-angel, then return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control, so another enter the battlefield ability. Felidar Guardian, when it enters, it does the same thing as Restoration Angel. Brago, whenever he deals combat damage to a player, exile any number of non-land permanents you control, then return those to the battlefield. So you're doing all sorts of ETB triggers. Aura Thief, when it is put into the graveyard from play, gain control of all enchantments. You're going to turn all permanents into enchantments, including their lands, by the way. And you're going to be sacrificing that to Ashnod's altar, gaining control of everyone's permanents. Archaeomancer is really good. When it enters, you can return an instant or sorcery card from your graveyard, which, if you have cards that double your ETBs, like Panharmonicon or Elish Norn, Mother of Machines, you get 2, maybe 3 instants from your, or sorceries from your graveyard. Soul Herder, whenever we're exiling cards and bringing them back, Soul Herder is going to be getting a lot of 1/1 counters on it. Orcish Bowmaster, you're going to be dealing damage to your, any target or your opponents. Then Corpse Knight, every time a creature leaves or enters the battlefield, each opponent loses a life, so you're going to be making them lose more life that way. Cloud of Fairies, untap 2 lands. On top of that, you've got Bolas' Citadel, which you play with the top card of your library revealed. So that goes hand in hand with Counterbalance. Whenever an opponent plays a spell, you may reveal the top card of your library. If you do, counter that spell if it has the same converted mana cost as the revealed card. So what you can do is, you can control the top card of your library using Counterbalance, Sensei's Divining Top, look at the top 3 cards of your library, then put them back in any order, and counter target spell. Bolas' Citadel, you're already looking at the top card of your library. You can definitely tell what can and cannot be countered, and also play from the top of your library. And Harmonicon doubles ETB triggers. Lithoform Engine doubles copies activated or triggered abilities. Blade of Selves, you'll be putting Blade of Selves basically on something like Grey Merchant. Whenever it attacks each opponent other than defending player, create a token copy of that tapped. Okay, so not really. Actually, let's go ahead and get rid of Blade of Selves and put because that doesn't trigger when they enter. So let's go ahead and get what was the other one? Rescope. Sensei's Divining Top, look at the top 3 cards of your library, then put them back in any order. Draw a card, then put Sensei's Divining Top on the top of its owner's library. Then you got the sorceries. You've got search your library for a card, put it into your hand, and then shuffle. Mass Diminish. Until end of turn, creatures target player controls has base power and toughness 1/1. Then you can flash it back by paying the 4, 3, and a blue, and play it from your graveyard. Grim Tutor, search your library for a card, put that card into your hand, then shuffle your library and lose 3 life. Vindicate, destroy target permanent. Farewell, exile all artifacts, creatures, enchantments, or graveyards. You can choose one or more. Merciless Eviction, choose one, exile all artifacts, creatures, enchantments, or planeswalkers. Approach of the Second Sun is a game winner. So if Approach of the Second Sun was cast from your hand and you've cast another spell named Approach of the Second Sun this game, you win the game. Otherwise, put Approach of the Second Sun in its owner's library, 7th from the top, and you gain 7 life. Expropriate. Starting with you, each player votes for time or money. For each time vote, take an extra turn after this one. For each money vote, choose a permanent owned by the votes, owned by the voter, and gain control of it. So you're going to either take extra turns or gain control of people's permanents. Then you have Counterbalance. Whenever, which I've already read before, whenever an opponent plays a spell, you may reveal the top card of your library. If you do, counter that spell if it has the same converted mana cost as the revealed card. Darksteel Mutation, really good commander removal. You can put that on your commander. It gains Indestructible, and it's a 0/1 bug. Can't die unless you exile it. Imprison in the Moon, another good commander removal. It becomes a land that taps for a colorless mana. Ninja Teen, whenever a creature you control leaves the battlefield, each opponent loses a life. So we're flickering our creatures, making everyone lose a life. Creatures you control get +1/+0 and have Menace. Menace, they can't block unless they are the same color as the creature you're attacking with. Creature cards in your graveyard have Sneak, 3 and a black. So whenever a creature I control attacks, I can pay 3 and a black and bring that creature from my graveyard onto the battlefield attacking. And return the other creature to my hand. Kind of like ninjutsu. Rhystic Study, when an opponent casts a spell, you may draw a card unless the player pays 1. Whenever an opponent draws a card, that player may pay 2. If the player doesn't, you create a treasure token. And Enchanted Evening, all permanents are enchantments in addition to their other types. Now, the instants, we've got 23 instants. Search your library for an artifact or enchantment, so we can search for any of these right here. So if you have like Aura Thief in hand, you can search your library for an enchantment, Enchanted Evening, or if you need Panharmonicon or something like that, you can search for it. Put that card on the top of your library. Ideally, we played this right after someone else's turn, right before your turn. March of Swirling Mists. If anyone's going to destroy your creatures, or you play a board wipe, you can play March of Swirling Mists, pay up to however many creatures you want to keep on the board, and phase them out. Which means that they're basically non-existent until the end of turn. Vampiric Tutor, we're going to search our library and put that card on the top of your library and lose 2 life. Counterspell, counter target spell. Cyclonic Rift, we're going to overload that and return all non-land permanents to your opponent's hands. Dawn's Truce gives your permanents indestructible if you gift. And Hexproof. Deprive, basically, you can keep this in your hand every time. Counter target spell, and then what you do is return Mystic Sanctuary to your hand. So Mystic Sanctuary states whenever it enters the battlefield, and if you control 3 or more other islands, it comes into play untapped, and you return an instant or sorcery card from your graveyard to the top of your library. So Deprive will go back to the top of your library. And you keep doing that by returning a land to your hand every time you cast it. Familiar's Ruse, another way to get that back to your hand. Counter target spell as an additional cost. Return a creature you control to its owner's hand. What you're going to do is return Archaeomancer from the battlefield to your hand. Then play Archaeomancer and bring back Familiar's Ruse. Mana Drain, another good counter spell, probably second best counter spell in the game, next to Force of Will. Resculpt, exile target artifact or creature. Its controller creates a 4/4 blue and red elemental creature token. Anguish Unmaking, exile target non-land permanent, and you lose 3 life. Disallow counter target spell, activated ability, or triggered ability. One of the few counter spells that counters abilities on top of the spells. Flatline. Really good card, especially if you have Elish Norn, Grand Cenobite out. Creatures your opponents control get -2/-2. You're just going to turn your opponent's creatures into 0/1 creatures, and they all die. Generous Gift, destroy target permanent. Its controller creates a 3/3 elephant creature token. Polymorphous Jest, another great thing with Elish Norn out. All your opponent's creatures become 1/1 blue frogs. Reverse the Polarity. With Flatline, you turn them into 0/1 creatures. Switch their power and toughness. So then they'd be 1/0 creatures. You can't have 0 defense, so those creatures die. Another good board wipe ability. Sudden Spoiling, you could do the same thing with Reverse the Polarity with Sudden Spoiling. All your opponent's creatures are going to be 0/2s, that target opponent. So then they'd be 2/0s, which will in turn kill them. Fairy's Protection is a way to protect yourself and your opponent, or your permanents. Unmake, remove target creature from game. Akroma's Will, good game ender if you're going to swing out. Make all your creatures gain lifelink, indestructible, and protection from each color, and or creatures you control gain flying, vigilance, and double strike until end of turn. Any number of target non-land permanents you control phase out. They become non-existent until end of turn. Utter End, exile target non-land permanent, and Eaton Shield. Prevent all combat damage that would be dealt to you this turn. For each 1 damage prevented this way, create a 2/1 white and black Inkling creature token with flying. So that helps build your board state. And then you've got Jace the Mind Sculptor. Look at the top card of your target player's library. You may put that card on the bottom of that player's library. So you can use that to your advantage with Counterbalance. If the card on the top is not good for to counter that spell, you can do that. However, that only does this on your turn. You can't do this on in response to. Actually, that's you couldn't do that in response to a spell anyway. But that also helps with your you searching cards from the top of your library. Draw 3 cards and put 2 cards from your hand on the top of your library in any order. That's a good brainstorm card. Or return target creature to its owner's hand. You can either return your opponent's creature or your creature and have another ETB trigger happen. Exile all cards from target player's library. Then that player shuffles their hand into their library. Narset, Porter of Veils. Each opponent can't draw more than one card each turn. Look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may reveal a non-creature non-land card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest at the bottom of your library in any order. You can just keep doing that by exiling her, and her loyalty ability, or loyalty counters, will reset to 5 every time you you exile her and bring her back. So basically, we've built a exile control deck that board wipes constantly, which is a fun way to build a commander deck. Kind of controlling the board a lot, but yeah, really fun. I love building commander decks. So if you guys have any commander deck or any commander that you want me to build, let me know. I'll build another commander deck. This is not really the best Aminatou deck, but in my opinion, it's the funniest and funnest way to play her. Or the most fun way to play her. There are really good ways to play her. You could do Super Friends by making it all Planeswalker based. You can make it control-y. You can make it Pillow Forty. Pillow Fort means that it can't be attacked unless they pay taxes. So paying mana to attack you, basically, and just passively killing people. Real fun way to do it, but this way is just very funny and control-y. Let's see. There's other ways, like I said, you could do Blink, Planeswalker, Control, Combo, Top Deck, ETB, Reanimator. Reanimator is bringing cards from your graveyard to play or to your hand. Top Deck, you're just playing from the top card of your library and doing that. ETB, that's enter the battlefield triggers. Blink is basically what we've been doing, or what we built it as, kind of. Control, we built it Blink Control. Mid-range, it's kind of like a fun mid kind of way to play. Stacks, basically that's Pillow Fort. Artifacts, enchantments, exile, you're exiling everything. Good stuff, just basically all around good stuff to play in a deck. Theft, you're just going to take people's stuff. I wouldn't really play Morph. Cantrips is okay. That's like, I never really understood the cantrips way to play. But yeah, there's so many ways to play her. It's ridiculous. But also very fun. Let's go ahead and try to test the deck out. So, let's see. We'll go deck stats first. Alright. Deck stats, we've got 100 cards. Approximately cost about $4,015.12. Unless you're a proxy player like I am, it's pretty much $50. $50 to $100. We've got 30% white, cost 27% producing white. Oh, okay. 42% cost in blue, 28% producing, 26% cost in black, and 28% cost producing. So we're producing more blue than we are anything else. Our average is about mana cost 3. We've got about 18 cards in the deck that do that cost 3 mana. So between 2 and 4 is our average, which is good. Normally, I build all my decks as average 2 to 4 cost cards. There are some that are 5 and above, but they're not as much. Anthems that gives your creatures +1/+1 or +2/+2. That's Elish Norn in there. Blink, we've got 6 Blink cards, including the Commander. The Commander 1. Copy spells, we've got 2. We've got Lithoform Engine and Spark Double in there. Drain, we've got 2. That's Grey Merchant of Asphodel and Orcish Bowmaster, I think. Also Ninja Team. We've got 6 ways to draw, 1 enchantment that makes enchantments, I think. Finishers, we've got 3 finishers. 34 lands, 7 ways to protect ourselves, 6 ways of ramp, 1 way of recursion, which actually we have quite a bit of ways of recursion. It's not saying anything about that. 24 removal spells, 1 stacks piece, 1 theft card, and 4 tutors. So that's a good all-around way to build it. Let's see here. Deck test. Where are we able to test the deck? Playtester. Alright, so we only have one land hand. Ooh, we never keep a 1 land hand. Mulligan. 1, 2. Okay, I do not like that hand. Mulligan again. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we've got 3 lands, so we'll keep this hand. We'll play Flood Farm Verge. We'll play our lands over here. That down to where you can see it. Okay, next turn, play a island. Next turn, planes. We still can't play anything, but we can play a generous gift if we want to. We'll save it. We have for 4 mana, we can play Thassa Deep Dwelling. Right now, our devotion to blue is just 1, so it's an enchantment right now. So we are in turn 4. Turn 5. Still have 4 mana. We don't want to play Aura Thief yet because we don't have Enchanted Evening out. So this is basically a bad hand right now. Not getting the cards we need. So we've got 5 mana out. We can use that last ability, tap target creature, another target creature. We'll pay the 2. We have 6 mana out. We can play Grey Merchant of Asphodel. They would lose 2 life. Next turn, Rago. That 5, 6, 7. We have enough to play Approach of the Second Sun, which allows us to gain 7 life. 2, 3, 4, 7. It goes to the great, or it goes to all right, draw Vindicate. We'll go ahead and play Vindicate by tapping 1 black, 1 white, and 1 colorless. I have not been tapping. I need to do that more. And then we can do 1, 2, 3. Play Generous Gift and destroy another permanent. So then we can attack. With that, we're going to exile Grey Merchant of Asphodel, making them each opponent lose 2 life, and you gain life equal to the life lost. So we're playing against 2 people. We'll gain 4 life. Next turn. Oh, I forgot we could have exiled that again. Okay, so do that. Exile that. We gain 4 life again. And then we'll do it again. Gain 4 life again. Then on their turn, we'll go ahead and play Clever Concealment, protecting our creatures. So we'll tap 2. All right, 1 white, 2 white, and 2 colorless. All right, next turn, Heuristic Study, that helps us draw. All right, I'm going to play Archaeomancer, returning Clever Concealment back to my hand. Next turn. Oh wait, 1 blue, 1 blue, 1 and 1. Okay. So next turn, play land. Everyone's being douchebags and paying for the 1 every time they cast a spell, so they're not paying their taxes. But it's fine. We can exile. So we're going to exile both these 2. Bring back a Vindicate. Cast it. 1, a black, and a white. And also make everyone lose 2 life. And then again, lose 2 life by using that in exile. Someone tries to play something, we're going to counter that by tapping a blue and a blue, and returning Bright Climb Pathway to our hand. All right, so no one paid the 2, paid the 1. We'll go ahead and draw. Next turn. This is all speculation, all assumptions, by the way. And I'm pretty much playing with myself. So we're basically just making everyone lose life and gaining life every time by exiling these two, bringing back cards from our hand, or our graveyard, to our hand every time by exiling these two. So that was kind of a go ahead and close the game. Try a new playtest. One, two, three. Okay, good. We started. Let's keep this hand, and we got a demonic tutor in hand. That's good. We'll start with Mystic Gate. Next turn, play Plains. Tap the 2. Play an Arcane Signet. Okay. Next turn, we'll play City of Brass. So what we'll do is tap 1 for a black and a colorless. Play Demonic Tutor. We'll search our library for a card. On top of that, we'll also tap for a black and lose a life. And a white, and we'll play Corpse Knight. So whenever another creature you control enters the battlefield, each opponent loses a life. So we'll go ahead and search our library. No, not draw. And what are we going to search for? Search for a good game ender card. Let's see. I'm thinking Magister Sphinx. Well, with Demonic Tutor right now, we'll go ahead and search for Soul Herder. Put it in hand. Close. So Soul Herder we can play next turn, so that's good. Now, next turn, what we'll go ahead and do is tap or play a land. Tap a Plains, and then we contributed that to Mystic Gate. So now we're going to tap for a blue and a white, and another white to play Soul Herder. With that coming into play, everyone loses a life, and everyone lost a life. We've got 2 mana left. So we'll wait for that next turn. So let's go ahead and move these back on top real quick. Okay, next turn we've got 4 mana. We can play our commander. We'll go ahead and tap a blue, a white, and a black. So black, blue, and white. You lose 1 life. Go ahead and subtract 1 from her. And exile Soul Herder. Okay, exile another target permanent you own, then return it to the battlefield until under your control. So whenever a creature is exiled from the battlefield, put a 1/1 counter on it. Don't think that would get a 1/1 counter because it was exiled. Yeah. So actually, no. We'll actually we can exile a land and bring it back, but I don't want to. So we'll go ahead and just move that up and put another one on. Draw a card, put a land from your hand. Then put a card from your hand on the top of your library. So we'll go ahead and draw. And we'll put this on top. Next turn. Okay, so we'll play Restoration Angel. 1, 2, 3, 4. Because that entered, each opponent loses a life. Then we will exile Restoration Angel. And also because this creature enters, you may exile target non-angel creature. So this enters. This triggers because of another creature entering, then this exiles. Okay, yeah, so then this exiles. And then is returned. So this gets a 1/1 counter on it. Then we will subtract 1. Exile this. Bring it back. Exile this. Everyone loses a life. This gets another 1/1 counter on it. So now this is a 3/3. Go ahead and play a land. Got 5, 6 lands now. We can do this again. We'll get 2. This will go down to 2. And they'll lose 2 life. Swing with a 5/5. Oh, also, I have not been using that second ability. We'll exile. Exile. That gets 2. So much good stuff going on right now. Move her down to 1. Move that up to 2, or to 8. Lose 2 life. Swing with 9. Exile. Exile. Get 2. Okay, so that's pretty much the gist of that game. So, yeah. Close that. Back to deck. And that is Aminatou, the Fateshifter. Well, I hope you all enjoyed this as much as I have. Today was a very chill, relaxing Magic the Gathering stream. I won't be streaming tomorrow, nor will I be streaming on Wednesday, but I will be back on Thursday with Star Ocean's Second Story R. So we'll be doing that. I'll post and let everyone know what I'm going to be doing throughout the whole week, either today or tomorrow, and all of that. So let's go and find a raid partner for us to raid. Again, if you're interested in me building a commander of your choice, definitely go to my Discord in Shadow Magic, and post a picture or suggest a commander, and we can build your commander on next Monday. Now, as soon as the end of April, the last 2 weeks of April come around, I'll be doing longer streams for those 2 weeks because I'm on vacation at work. So we'll have a lot more fun, play a lot more Dragon Quest and a lot more Star Ocean, and also a 24-hour Pokopia stream. So definitely don't miss that. I can't wait to do that because I really enjoy playing Pokopia. I don't know the day yet, so we'll work on that and see where it goes. It might be on a day that I don't normally stream, just because that's probably the only way I can fit it in there. Unless I cancel one of my other streams and do it, so we'll see. Who is online right now? I believe Caitlin's playing Dead by Daylight right now, so we can raid them. Yeah, we can go ahead and raid Caitlin. Okay. All right. Well, you all have a wonderful day, afternoon, evening, and night. I will see you all Thursday at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, playing Star Ocean, Second Story R. Be safe out there. Let's go ahead and start that raid. And okay. If you're interested in checking out any of my other platforms and all that, definitely check out my link tree. And I will see you all later.
So much for the raid. How was magic? Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.